Hey all, let's dive into how we achieved this look. Welcome everyone. If this is your first time here, this is Hair Hold Together. We talk about hair, healthy care, hair health care, tutorials, protective styles, DIYs, and everything around hair. So today we are looking at a small knotless braids and let's see how we achieve this. For the knotless braids, you start braiding with the real hair. Then you can start adding extension hair as you see in the video. So let's watch for this, then I'm going to explain in the next step. As today we are using a different method. Most people start from the back to the front, but today we are starting at the front to the back. Why? I usually prefer this method if I'm planning to braid alone, because when you're just beginning, you have a lot of time, and you do a perfect work when you begin at the front. So I usually start with the front and I end with the end if I don't expect any help. Watch this video to the end. I'll be sharing tips on how to have a tension-free, pain-free, knotless braids. So don't move yet. Please kindly watch to the end. Okay, so let's we are starting with our natural hair. You braid it normally like a normal braid. Yeah, the hair at the front is so fine, so you have to be careful when you're holding that hair. So for the knotless braids, you start with the real hair, braid three or four times until you feel comfortable. Then you start adding in small extensions, because we are using we are doing small knotless braids. So we are adding small knotless. You can add like a 4, not for the hair to be so bulky, because if it's bulky, it will break your hair. So there we are adding like 3, 4 to 5 hair pieces, very small hair pieces. So you see what you're doing. So there you started with the real hair. You get your extension. It has to be really small, almost to the hair size. Yeah, so that's the first one. You turn 1, 2. The second one, you turn your fingers. The third one, you turn your fingers. The fourth one, you turn your fingers. And the fifth one. The hair extensions have to be small, almost the size of the client's hair, because if it is too big, it will cause a lot of tension to the scalp, and this will break the client's hair. So make sure that they are really small extensions you hold. For beginners, you just need to learn the technique, like what am I doing first, what comes next, and consistently do the same thing until you master it, because there are so many different ways you can add in hair in the knotless braids. So this is one of the ways. You can see, I'll post another video on how you can add hair in a different way. Watch for the position of your fingers while braiding. The thumb remains holding the hair so that it doesn't move when adding hair. So if you're a beginner, watch out for the position of your fingers and your hands when braiding. You should also lay your hair like in a brick layer, even though you're starting at the front, because it makes the hair look fuller. Yeah, sometimes when you're starting at the back, it is easier, but even when you're doing at the front, you started at the front, you can use the same method so that your hair looks fuller. I'll show it to you at the end. The hair looks fuller when you lay it in a brick layer. So here we started on the other side. You do the same process. Start with the braiding hair, you start with your own hair, then you add the braiding hair, add your braiding hair. As you go down, then you braid down. We are using the braiding gel. That's what you see behind the arm. It helps to hold the hair, the flyaways, and it helps when you're braiding down to not have a lot of flyaways when you're braiding down. This is a protective style, so remember not to make the braid too tight at the scalp. Yeah, always ask the client if it's too tight, but you can see it while braiding. So make sure the braid is not too tight, because otherwise it will lead to breakage of the client's hair. Then don't make the braid too bulky by adding a lot of hair extensions. A lot of hair extension will cause stress to the real hair from the scalp, and this will overwhelm it and it will end up breaking the hair. Don't style immediately after an installation. Wait at least for a day. Hold your hair in an updo and wait at least a day before you start styling. This helps the scalp to calm down, even though it's pain-free, but there is that some little tension to the scalp, so it helps the scalp to calm down. Let me know in the comment section which method you prefer, starting at the front or starting at the back, front to back or at the back. Yeah, so there I got some help and things started moving faster. Yeah, so there that's the bricklaying I was talking about. Yeah, so you organize your hair in such a way that it sits in a gap of the second one. I think you can see that braid, it sits in the gap of the second one, so that when you hold it back, there are no spaces that can be seen anywhere. Yeah, so there we continue with our braiding. Yeah, there we are almost done. I think you can now see what I was meaning by bricklaying. You see how full the hair is at the front. Yeah, so because we used every hair strand used to sit in a gap of the different one. I don't know if you understand that. So that was the result of the hair. I think you can see it exactly there, what I'm talking about the bricklaying. So that was the result. This hair came out so well. We used 3 packs of hair, number 2, B350. It was very light and yet looked full. So you can try it out. Kindly like and subscribe if you find this helpful, so that it can also be recommended to other people who would like to learn how to braid. Thank you for watching.